No, I think that from the time I was young to even now, the idea that the novel is the big desirable beast, and Mailer used to call it the beast, the novelist. I think that the great writers, more often than not, are fiction writers, because the fiction writer has the capacity to imagine, to make up things. And the nonfiction writer, the historian or the current events writer or the journalist, the essayist, are restricted by having to be truthful and also verifiably truthful. But I believe that you can counter this and not be restrained by the form of nonfiction and the limitations of nonfiction and having to be truthful. You can overcome this by spending a little more time. I'm not myself very, very prolific as a writer. I'm in my 75 years, or 77 years, I've written 5 long books. I've had 2 short books and 4 collections. Meaning I'm not a lazy man. I've written a lot. But for the amount of time I spend writing and researching, there are people who've written 3 times as much as I have. But I take a lot of time because I want to have a lot of time with my characters, because all the time I spend, I get to know my characters better. I get to know them inside themselves because of the time I take in knowing them. It's a kind of courtship you mentioned. It's a kind of relationship is very personal. I'm very personally engaged in my work and the people I'm writing about. And as a result, I can write with a freedom, since I know well what I'm writing about, who I'm writing about, that borders very closely upon fiction writers who are making it up. I'm not making it up, but I sound like I'm making it up, which is what I want to achieve. The lack of believability initially on the part of the reader, wondering, how does this guy know this much? Does he make it up? No, I didn't make it up. I just knew it very, very, very well. And that took a lot of time, though. And patience, that word I use again. Curiosity, and then patience, capacity to hang out, and to write about ordinary people as if they were, in the imagination of a fiction writer, extraordinary. Willy Loman is a great character, a minor character. But in the hands and in the imagination of the great playwright Arthur Miller, Willy Loman is an international figure, played on the stages of the world. Death of a Salesman is around the world, in many languages, performed every week. A minor character, but not minor when you get a great play and a great writer like Miller to write about.